K6USY.
I hear you, Marcus. Hang on, K6MYC. You hear me, Marcus?
Yes, I do, Mike. KG6QNY, sure do.
Okay, but my meter's gone. I can't find my watt meter. Ah, there it is. He moved it. All right, let's see here. KG6QNY. Forgot your number.
That was 1091, Mike, and I think Aaron was doing something there for you.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
KK6ZKE.
W6BBS72.
Keep piling them on. We'll see if you can remember them all. K6USY 1079.
Yeah, I got everybody here, I think. Good evening, Frank. You feeling better?
Yeah, you know, I between sleeping and I'd watching night football games turned on, so I'd wake up and watch that and fall asleep. But I dosed myself good. I'm still a little bit plugged up. Throat's still a little bit sore, but I think I've stopped it from getting into my lungs or chest or anything. So I think I'll be good to go tomorrow.
Okay, well, there's don't press tomorrow. Don't press. We got the plumber coming in. They're going to be jackhammering my bedroom, so not a crisis. What's today's date in GMT, guys?
It will be the 15th, Mike.
Okay, K6USY. Good evening, Aaron. G6QNY. Good evening, Marcus. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. Good evening. Aaron and K6ZKE. Hello, Terry.
Good evening, Mike, and everybody in the net. Just getting going here again.
Yeah, boy, I got a little power line noise in here. I'm pointed over toward the Bay Area. I'm going to swing down toward the south here for KB6RQU and M6SWR.
WB6JNP.
WB6JNP 107. We've got you, Dane. Good evening.
Good evening. Nothing new at this end.
Other than cold.
Well, I think Dan and I are going to start the battle of the rain gauges. We've got two new ones on order, and once we get them in, we'll then find a spot where it's raining, put them out, and see how close they agree.
And that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good. Haven't heard Dan for a few days here, but I'm sure he's lurking around there, background somewhere.
Yeah, I saw him yesterday, but, that's just the way it goes up here.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was a nice day today. You know, that limb that fell down in the canyon to the south of us, Frank, limb that fell off that oak tree. I went down and brushed that out and chopped it up today. It's gone except for a big brush pile to push into the burn chasm there.
Yeah, roger that. When you did the other one over below the EME tower there, and you was telling me about that, I thought that it was this one that you did today you was talking about, and I couldn't figure out how you got so much material out of that one little branch.
Yeah, well, the problem with the one that fell down today that I brushed out that was down in the canyon, not the one by the well, but the other one. That was all pretty green. There was still some pretty live branches on that, and they didn't snap when you bent them. So unfortunately, all that wood is not going to be burnable, but I wanted to get it brushed out, so it was. I got it all done. And stacked away. I'm starting to put the wet wood that needs to be dried out. I'm putting it in the other side of the chicken pen since I'm running out of room on the good side, on the south side. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have in here? How about you, Rick? KB6RQU. Are you here? Oh boy, no Rick tonight. Hopefully he's all right. How about N6SWR? How about you, Ben?
Roger, Roger. N6SWR, Delta Mike 05, Bozo number 247. I'm here and present. Ever-present danger.
Okay, we've got you. We missed you on Wednesday, but we got you today, so good that you could make it. Good strong signal up here. Let's see if Rob is in here yet. Rob was over at the house earlier. He may be still trying to stuff some dinner down there.
No, I'm present, KM6SR. And how you doing, Ben? N6SWR, KM6SRR.
I'm hearing you loud and clear, Rob. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend.
Yep, pretty mellow. Okay, Mike, thanks.
Okay. Very good. And we should have quite a few more folks here before we're through. Daryl, what's new with you up there on the top of the mountain? KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. Oh, he may be out in the shack and back in the house already. We haven't heard very much from K6VBG, but he did check in the other night, but he isn't staying out, which is logical. Okay. KM6HK is missing. One of these days, it sure would be interesting to have a check-in from KJ6OJD. That would be good. But we haven't heard Dr. Dan for quite some time. And we're missing Mike, WA6AAJ. He should be in here. I know that the other half of that trio, AA6 Sugar, he's always on the phone with his brother on Sunday night here, so I don't expect to hear Bill in here tonight. I'm not hearing the LA guys either yet, but maybe they'll show up here before we're done. And Aaron, good evening to you. I noticed that you had the machine lit up pretty early. I went to see how the battery was doing. Hey, remind me, guys, when I leave here tonight, remind me to go turn the PG&E back on. We had bright sun most of the day, and I was at 100% charge all day, so. Actually, we probably could set that back a little bit right now, Frank. The next time you're down, you might want to set it back to 80% instead of 100. Because it was just sitting at 100 all day. It couldn't take any more, and the sun was just trying to put stuff in there, and there was no room. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, the answer there, Mike, is just turn PG&E off. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll discuss that. I'll think about it. I understand the problem, and we'll discuss whether to turn the 100% back or maybe turn some timers on. And I'll think about that. We'll talk about it when I come down. Over.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Mike, you're at 77% right now, so we're looking good.
Okay, but that's way down. It's been running 100 all day, but I turned PG&E off way early this morning. But it ran 100%. So just the last 2 hours or so, it's since dark, it's gone down from 100 down to 77. So I do have to turn it back on before we go in for the night, go to bed tonight. I don't want to have the guys get here in the morning at 8 o'clock when they show up to jackhammer my floor to no power. Anyway, let's see, I'm trying to think if there was anything new today. Other than that, nothing new antenna-wise. I didn't work anybody. The band was pretty good on the long path. After you left this morning, Frank, and went back in the house where it was warmer, the band came back up, and signals were, Billy was 5 and 9, and Ralph was 9 plus a little bit, and Billy said at one point in time I peaked at 15 over, so the band came back at just late. So what we're going to do next week is sort of get lazy, and somewhere between 8 or 1600 and 1630 is when we'll really start to concentrate on working them, because it was really, really thin earlier, as you knew. W6BBS and the group K6MYC. No need to come back unless you have comment.
I was just going to say, I noticed the same thing, and I was thinking the same thing. You know, our sun's starting to come back north. Things are changing. It may be time to drop that sked back by about a half hour in the morning. Of course, getting that late is going to take me out some mornings, but that's okay. It's unimportant. It's more important that I work. But no, I think you're exactly right, because we've seen the change over the last several days, or the last week or so, where it's that morning peak is getting later and later. Over.
Yeah, either that or we're not getting up early enough to catch the first one, and that ain't gonna happen. All right. Let's see, who else do we have? I'm looking and waiting for KB6RQU. How about it, Rick? Okay, nothing from Rick. That's not a good sign when we don't hear him early. We usually don't hear him at all. Well, we should have QUI and some others over there in Atascadero, so maybe we ought to move over that way. And we can still hear anybody else that comes along here in the San Joaquin, Fresno area. So I think I'll go to Atascadero. Here we go. Usually Ron comes in to W6QUI. Could you hear me, Ron? K6MYC. Oh, I don't hear Rod.
W6QUI, W6BBS, over. How about Eric? I'm pulling a blank. Are you there, Eric? I got no copy on Atascadero. I don't hear a thing, Mike.
Yeah, me neither. KN6EIV. KN6 Echo India Victor. KN6EIV. Or KB6WRW. Bill over there in Atascadero, and of course W6QUI as well. Any one of you three guys poking your head out of the groundhog hole yet? K6MYC Bozo Net. Oh, I'm sure they're watching all the specials on the Iowa caucus.
Well, you got that going on, and you also have a NFC wildcard game going on right now. The Lions and why am I pulling a blank on this? Anyways, there's a football game going on. I was watching it before I came over.
Field hockey, right?
It's also a 3-day weekend, K6USY.
Well, every day is a 3-day weekend if you don't go to work on the weekdays. Let's see, we could hear, so everybody keep your ears to the ground for WB6GGY, Phil. He's got the 847. It does work. He's turned it on. He's got vertical antennas. He's going to be coming in vertical. But, of course, he's up north in I forgot the name of his little town up there.
Sonora, isn't it?
No, that's Dave. Dave's in Sonora.
I don't remember.
Oh, it'll come to me. It just escaped me.
Twinehart.
That's the guy up in Nevada?
No, Twinehart. WB6GGY in Twinehart. That's Phil. Between all of us here, we have a perfect brain and perfect recollection. Thank you, Rob.
QSL.
What was we talking about?
What was my name again? Well, who's calling this net anyway?
I think you're driving the ship, Mike.
Mikey is doing it. Okay, it's up to Mikey now.
Thing is, who's worse, the leaders or the followers here?
Well, if the leader doesn't know where they're going, then we're all following. All right, let's see here. One more call for Trascadero, K6MYC, calling W6QUI, KN6EIV, KB6WRW. Anybody over there not consumed in the boob tube? Apparently not. Okay, I give up. I give up. We'll pick them up if they come in. How about we'll try Monterey. There's a couple of Monterey over there. We got WA6LIE and we got W6 toasted peanut butter over there. So let's see what happens. Monterey, here we go.
And Steve's probably at work.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he works the weekends. He's like an X-ray or MRI technician at a clinic or hospital or something.
Mentioned that. I thought you said he was a doctor, but at least he's in the hospital on the ER weekends, huh?
Yeah, he works 12-hour shifts. I catch him on the repeater when he gets off work.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. WA6 London, India Echo, WA6LIE. I think I've got us over here to somewhere around Monterey. K6MYC in the Bozo Net, calling and listening. WA6 London, India Echo, WA6LIE, K6MYC, over. Okay, maybe Tom is there, KW6S, K6MYC. I think somebody told everybody there was going to be no net tonight. Why did they do that? WA6LIE, KW6S, KB6 Lima Echo. How about you, Lee? Holy caramba. Am I really transmitting? Yep, meter's going up and pegging, so that's a good sign.
My solution was to put a television above my radios, and then you can watch both.
Okay, whoever that was, I must have you in an atomic null. I didn't copy. Did anybody hear that?
Yeah, Roger, Mike, that was Aaron, and he said the answer is put a TV above your radio so you can watch the game and do the nets. Do it both, over.
Yeah. Well, that's good advice for everybody that has eyes. KW6S, WA6LIE, KB6 Lima Echo, K6MYC, calling in, standing by. Bozo Net, 2 meters, over. Okay, we're going to the Bay Area then. Here we are in the lower quadrant of the Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Oh, he's not watching TV, are you, Ed?
No, I'm not. Not interested in, what is it, football?
Football, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't watch sports. But anyway, kind of a nice day here. Had some rain, a little bit, 1/10 of an inch of rain, and then some sun. And otherwise, nothing going on here. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day over here, too. We didn't get any rain, but we had sunshine raining down on me while I was cutting wood. Something new, I was out cutting wood. By the way, I finally changed the blade on the on the little electric chainsaw, not the little hand one, but the medium one. And boy, did it cut through that wood that was down in the canyon. Man, oh man, it went through that like a rocket ship, that green wood, green oak. Zoom.
Well, that's what I always say. Keep your mind sharp and your blades sharp.
Yeah, well, I put the final touches on the blade that was pretty well worn out. It had cut a better part of a cord of wood up here lately, about a month or so ago. I cut up a whole bunch of dry wood and stacked it so it would stay dry in a trailer and put a big piece of plywood over the top of it. However, I put the finishing touches on it as I was making one last cut, or one of the last cuts before I had the whole stump cleaned off from the standpoint of brush. The blade went down, and it took a little bit of granite boulder with it. So that was the end of that blade. It was done anyway, but it gave me a good excuse to stop and change it over.
Okay. Yeah, I have an electric chainsaw, and I haven't used it. Have no experience with them, and it's not a big deal, I guess. But I used a extension thingy with a clipper to cut what I needed.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got two electric chainsaws. One's a little handheld job that can only cut up to about 3 inches. It's best at 2 inches and down. And then I have a little still with about a 10 or 12 inch blade. And boy, when it's sharp, it cuts like a demon. It does really, really good. And so I like to use it because it's so handy when you're doing piecemeal stuff. You can stop and you don't have to put down the saw that's running. Look for a place to put it where it won't rattle itself down the hillside. When you turn off the electric, when you let go of the trigger, it's done. It stops. It's amazing how that works. I think you'll like it once you get used to it. There's nothing to get used to. That's the only beauty of it. You don't have to pull start it. You don't have to put gas in it. And all you have to do is keep a couple of batteries rotating. I go through a battery about every 2 hours.
Yeah, mine is AC powered, and you need chain oil, right? You got to keep it lubricated.
Well, mine's got a chamber, so it lubricates itself. The little one you have to hand lubricate, but they tell you just lube it whenever you put a new battery into it.
Okay. Well, I'll find something to chop down, maybe a neighbor's house or something.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, we've made enough noise. Maybe somebody in the Bay Area is awake over there. QRZ Bozo Net, Bay Area, K6MYC, and others listening.
Kilo 6 Victor Bravo Golf 971, check in. Good evening, Mike. KW6S.
KW6S, W6BBS.
W6BBS, KW6S. Good evening, Frank.
Good evening, Tom. How are things?
Oh, pretty good. I got my antennas fixed, and I'm ready to go for next weekend.
Very good, very good. How difficult is it for you to switch over to 1296?
Not too hard.
Would you mind jumping over to the net frequency and doing a real quick test with me?
Sure thing. W6 BBS, KW6S moving to 23 centimeter.
Okay, well, and I don't think I need you to get Lee in here, but we haven't heard Lee. KEB6LEE did not check in, and we didn't hear Scott, and we don't think Toasted Peanut Butter's home. He's at the workplace. So.
Lee would be here, but maybe not. KB6LEE, KW6S.
Roger, KB6LEE is here, and yeah, I tried to check in a little earlier. I'm not sure if I got stepped on or exactly what happened.
Oh, you didn't make any RF.
Oh, okay. I was trying a new headset, and apparently the drive isn't quite what it is with this headset, so I guess I wasn't getting out.
No, you made absolutely zero RF, I can tell you. I can hear you. You're very loud, and I would have heard you if you had a watt. Over.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to report that I've started the Quaggy build, and I've got all of the elements, all of the director elements cut and ready to go.
Did you get 971 in there?
I heard you. Stand by, Dave.
The wood that I have, and boy.
You can go in if you want, Dave. I know it's cold.
And obviously,
I got to check on the other guys, but yeah, I'm in and out tonight. I'm still not feeling real great.
No, I understand. Go ahead in. You're not hearing Lee, so you're talking through Lee here, but I got you. Go ahead in. I put you down. I just didn't get a chance to. All of a sudden, KW6S came in, and he was before you in the call sequence, and then you called, and then Frank got in, and one thing and another. So I heard you, but I just didn't respond, Dave. I'm sorry. Go in and stay warm and get healthy. K6VBG, K6MYC. Thanks for standing by, Lee. I got all the information on the Aggie. You got the directors and the elements cut. You may talk about wires. You're using wires for the loops?
Roger, I'm going to use wires for the loops, but I haven't built the loops yet. I drilled the boom, and the directors are a little askew. They're not quite drilled well enough, so I think I'm going to have to start over on drilling the boom. But the directors themselves seem to be pretty close to exactly what they need to be.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you're screwed up on the hole drilling of the directors. They're just loops anyway. It doesn't matter how they're oriented.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess the important parts are the driven element and the reflector, right?
Well, the reflectors are parasitic also. The only element that, well, none of them are important because in a quad loop, it doesn't matter what your orientation is. They could all be in different planes, different hole patterns and stuff. As long as the spacing's right and they're not tilted too badly backwards or forwards, you're fine. Over.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've got a couple of them that are up and down and a couple of them that are fore and aft. So I don't know. I'm going to try and make it better, but yeah, I'm still have to cut the driven element and the reflector. That's going to be the work for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't worry about the alignment. You get it working first, and then you can re-drill a couple of holes and get it aligned if you're concerned about the looks. But it won't make any difference to performance as long as your spacing's right.
Oh, okay, Roger. That sounds good. All right, well, I'll say 7-3, and yeah, thanks for the feedback, and good to see everybody tonight, and glad to hear that I'm finally getting in. K6MYC from KB6LEE. I'm clear.
Okay, you want to put that other mic back on and try it one more time, 1098?
Hang on a second. It'll take me about 10 seconds to switch everything over.
We'll wait.
Very good, Mike. We got my rotor fixed and got the antenna fixed, and I'm still analyzing what went wrong, but I think it was probably pointing towards me.
Oh, you mean the breakage of that center insulator?
Yeah, I might have used some fiberglass that wasn't up to snuff, and there was a wood dowel inside it that seemed like it got wet and was a bit swollen and maybe pushed out into the fiberglass.
Huh, weird.
Yeah, the wood dowel was my idea. As they say, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. Okay. From now on, I'll tell you where to put the wood dowel, okay?
I think I already figured that part out.
Someplace where the sun doesn't shine.
Yeah, I kind of figured that part out. We actually put in an old insulator that I'd taken out and tried to replace, and then Cushcraft sent me the wrong part for the middle, so I made one.
Good for you. All right. We're waiting for Lee now. Lee, make a transmission, and maybe you can coax him along if you can hear a trace of him there, Lee, over. Tom, over.
Well, I can hear him really good. KB6LEE, KW6S. Are you back?
Nothing.
Nothing here as well.
He ain't got something hooked up right, so either the mic lead is not connected. He's probably keying the radio, but he's just not making any audio, so it's not making any RF.
Okay, I'm back, KB6LEE.
Yeah, back with what? The one that did work?
Yes, sir. I'm back on the normal headset right now, and apparently, I don't know, maybe there is a mic thing that I don't know about, a switch or something like that on here, but yeah, apparently I am not transmitting when I've got the other headset.
Now, can you hear the radio key up?
Yeah, everything that, the switching is working fine, and I can hear through the headset, the headphones part. But yeah, I'll have to do a little more troubleshooting, I guess.
Well, the mic lead is just broken or disconnected for some reason. You just don't have a mic lead. Or your microphone's dead, one or the other. All right. I'm sure you'll sort it out. Maybe Tom can help you there as we move along here.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks for giving me a second opportunity with the new headset. And, yeah, 7-3, everybody. Thanks a lot. KB6LEE. I'll be clear.
All righty. We'll see you, let's see, Wednesday, I guess. You don't have two. Well, you've got 6 meters, don't you?
Roger, Roger. I'll be on 6 meters tomorrow night.
We'll see you then. Okay, 7-3, Lee.
I am really going to try very hard to have the 432 up running on by Thursday, because I want to try and see what I can do on the contest.
Yeah, good deal.
All right, 7-3, K6MYC, and the group, KB6LEE. I'm clear.
Okay, and that may be a good excuse for Frank to turn the beacon back on the last few days of this week. In the daytime up till about 7 o'clock or something, Frank, you might want to give the guys a signal that they can look for when they're building and tweaking antennas and stuff. W6BBS in the group, K6MYC.
Okay, I'll pay attention to weather. If I've got sun keeping my batteries charged, then I can run it. If I don't, I can't. It's just going to be a matter of sun. If I've got the sun, I'll have the beacon on, over.
Well, I'll organize that. I'll put in a jet for sun, okay?
Roger, Roger. I'm glad you have those connections, because I've got nothing close to that. You're the closest thing to a connection I have, over.
Okay. I think we're in trouble. Mother Nature's not paying a lot of attention to me lately.
Hey, stand by. Can you hear me, W6QUI?
WB6JNN.
Okay, I heard WB6JNN in the background there. Mike, are you hearing Ron, over?
Yes, enough to check you, man. I've got you, Ron. I got you checked in. Thanks. We were already by there. Is anybody else down there, Ron, over?
Just him, Mike, just him, over.
Yeah, I heard it, negative. Okay, very good. And we hear you, Jim. Stand by 1 second. Thank you, Ron. We'll skip you. We've gone by you, so we got you checked in. You're all in good shape. And Frank, just check and see if he hasn't had any news to report. If he's clear, we'll just let him go, okay?
Yeah, Ron, any traffic for the net or anything before we let you go over? That's fine. We called for you, but I hear you pretty good even when I'm facing the other way, so picked you right up there. So thanks for checking in, Ron. We'll catch you later. This is W6BBS, back to net control.
Hey, Ron, can you go down 20 and 6BYH? I'll meet you there. Thanks, net and 6BYH.
Let me check you in, Mike, N6BYH 195. We got you.
Thank you, Mike.
711.
Okay.
W6BBS. Just thought I'd let you know, John, I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but that little Kier from China came in, and I've got that. I've got some 1296 antennas and a transverter that will be coming into my hands here shortly. 4232 antennas already up. So the beacon project is progressing, over.
Oh, fantastic. I did find a couple of 2-meter base radios. We can look at them at some point.
Sounds good. I'm ready for one as soon as I can get one, over.
Okay. Well, I've got to get up to
on the breaker, stand by. Yeah, breaker's off frequency. Just stand by a second. John, if you want to take one of those radios to the plant, Matt can bring it home here, and then Frank can pick it up here, over.
Oh, okay. I'll do that too.
Roger. We got you checked in, John. Thank you. Good evening. Nice to see you on Friday night there.
226 is here.
And 226 is here. Okay. Everybody's late this evening. What's going on?
Well, WA6LIB, my wife had me do some barbecuing tonight, so it took a little longer.
Well, you're not the only one, man. We had a dirge of non-check-ins out of the San Joaquin Valley here, but they're filling in. QUI wasn't there, KB6RQU wasn't there, N6BYH wasn't there. You weren't there, on and on. So we got everybody now, mostly, though. All right, let me go get Jim. He's waiting patiently there, or impatiently. Jim, I moved the antenna a little bit more on you. This should be better. WB6JNN 285, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Well, impatiently perhaps. No, I was actually on the computer looking at flying sites around the area, according to a map that I found. And so I've been occupied, but anyway, I just checking in, and glad to hear you in there. You're S9.
Yeah, very good. No, you're good copy now. You were a little light. I had the antenna just squeaking into the bottom end of the Bay Area there for looking for KD6SOK and, of course, AXX in that direction, but I don't need to point any particular direction for Ed there. Anyway, good to hear you.
Yeah, I heard you were trying to work Tom. Did you ever connect? I did hear him in there.
Yeah, he came in. I had called him, and then we were just about to go to the Bay Area, and we had called him and Lee both, and Lee was there, but he called in on a dead mic. So we did not hear Lee, and then Tom checked in. So we got everybody pretty much down that way. The only one that we haven't heard yet is WA6LIE. So if somebody hears Scott, WA6LIE screaming as long as out at us, let us know. Thank you, Jim. WB6JNN, East San Jose, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area?
KB6BA.
Yeah, good evening, Oliver. KB6BA. How was your microwave weekend?
It's coming up this weekend. It's problematic with a bit of rain forecast, but it's mainly serving
as a motivation to get my microwave radio done. And that'll be good, even if we have to postpone the activity day a bit. Over.
You mean because of rain or snow?
Possibility of rain on Sunday, which is when they're planning on doing it.
Okay. Don't want to do 40 gigahertz in the rain?
Well, I wouldn't mind, but be a bit too much attenuation. A lot of microwave rigs are not that well weatherproofed. Mine is better than average, but I try to keep it out of the rain if I can.
Yeah, what's the frequency that's a water hole that just doesn't let rain, just kills it? What frequency is that?
Well, 24 gigahertz suffers somewhat.
About 1600 megs. I thought it was 1.6 or 1.7 gigs. It was also water holed.
Peaks and dips in the quantum mechanics spectrum. You'd have to look at a chart. Some of the dips are pretty sharp and they affect part of the band, but not the rest of the band.
Yeah. I'll be darned. I seem to remember one in the 1500 to 2000 range, 2 gigs range, but maybe I'm wrong. Never having suffered a problem because of it. Well, good luck. I hate to wish for no rain, but at least for an hour or two so you can get some contacts in. Anyway, hi. KB6BA, thanks, Oliver, K6MYC.
Yeah, well, that's a good compromise. I'm not going to complain too loudly.
Yeah.
That's about it so far, and have a good week. K6MYC, KB6BA.
Yeah, and don't forget about Saturday night. If you can spare a few minutes, try to check in on the bands you have between 7:30 and 9:30, 222, 432, and then 1296 as we go up in time. Over.
Yep, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the reminder.
Yep. Okay, we had somebody was way off frequency. Everybody listen up and see if we can figure out who this is. It sounds like somebody with broken audio. Try it again. Call in again, please. The person that wants to check into the net. Try it again. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. Over.
W6PQL.
Well, it wasn't you.
But my audio is all broken.
Oh, no, it was not you. You were fine. And I think you talked to Rob yesterday. There'll be a letter coming with 2 pieces of paper in it.
W6CTT, this is Dan Clovis. Good evening.
Okay, and Clovis. Okay, I got it now. And I think I met you at the club meeting. Is it N6 Charlie Tango Tango?
Whiskey 6 Charlie Tango Tango.
Yeah, we hear you fine, but your audio is just a little bassy. Got to jump in the mic a little harder there. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
Name is Dan. Yeah, I've been just waiting for you to swing your beam down this way, but I figured you could get me on the back end anyway, so just thought I'd call in.
Well, we had it that way in the beginning, Dan. At 7:30, I'm always pointed your direction. Over.
Okay, somebody said I'm low on frequency, so let me see if I can adjust it a little bit.
It's not very far, just a tad, maybe 30 hertz or something, a little bit low or low pitched. I don't know whether that's low in frequency or high in frequency, but you're low pitched. So maybe you want to bring me up to a different tone there. Now, let's see, you need a Bozo number, don't you?
Affirmative.
Yeah, there you go, Rob. Got a new one. We hooked a newbie. Probably is going to be 11 something, 1119, Rob?
Yeah, that's correct. I had to get there and look at it. 1119, over.
1119. Got it.
Yeah, you got it. 1119. That'll be it, and we'll tell us what you're running. I know you've got vertical polarity there, but what are you running for power there, Dan?
Actually, I'm on a 3-element Yagi, horizontally polarized. I just picked up a 7100 and can finally do single sideband on VHF, so I'm glad to be able to check into the Bozo Net finally. Over.
Yeah, very good. Well, we're glad to have you. But again, right around 7:30 or a little bit before 7:30, you'll hear all the local guys. USY and all the others are usually chatting here before I even get here, as they were today. So you can check in anytime. You don't have to wait for me to call you. You just make noise, and sooner or later I hear you. Sometimes 4 or 5 people call in all at once, and that confuses this poor, weak brain of mine, and I get maybe 2 or 3 of them. But don't give up. Just keep calling. But when you first called in, you were probably very low in frequency. And that's all I could hear. I knew somebody was trying to get in, but you were so far off frequency I couldn't read it. So anyway, you're better now, but still could come up just a tad there. Anyway, sounding good. I'm glad you did what you said you would do and get on the air here. So we're very happy to have you. Where are you located in Fresno, Dan? Over.
Western Fresno, real close to the university. And actually, that first call you got, that off-frequency call was not me. I don't know who that was. So somebody else was calling in. Over.
Oh, okay. So that was not you. Okay. Well, there's still somebody else out there that's got to get the radio tuned up a little bit. Maybe they got the RIT on. That's usually what happens when they get off frequency like that. They hear us fine, but they're transmitting somewhere else. We'll try again. And okay, out near the university. What university is in West Fresno? As I recall. Are you talking about Fresno State?
Yeah, Central Fresno, Willow, and Herndon are my nearest cross streets. Over.
Can I get a confirmation on the call sign there for Dan, KM6SRR?
It's Whiskey 6 Charlie Tango Tango, and my grid square is Delta Mike 06 Delta Tango.
You must live a couple blocks from my son over there at Herndon and Willow.
Okay. What's his cross street?
He's on McGill.
Major cross streets.
Herndon and Willow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're neighbors.
Thank you, Dan. Got it. KM6SR.
Okay, so everybody's hearing Dan. Where you got the 3-element pointed, and how high is it, Dan?
It's pointed north, and I'm probably 20 feet. I do have a tower. I'm getting away with having a tower here in town, but I don't dare put anything else up there. I'll get in trouble. So it's a little bit closer to ground, about 20 feet up.
No, you can go to 35 feet, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't this right? We fought this a long time ago, didn't we, Kim? 35 feet without a permit, and you shouldn't have any trouble. And what you put up there is, well, they frown on the long booms that overhang your neighbor's property unless you've got an okay from your neighbor. Over.
Yeah, you know, I've never really checked into the permit issues, but I really don't want to push it.
You're not going to push it. We've checked into it. I went through this many years ago in the city of Fresno. I was in the county, but you're in the city, but we went through the business. Isn't that right, Ken? 35 feet without a permit?
Yeah, that's correct. 35 foot by right.
There you go. So you don't have to worry about it. If they give you any hassle, just tell them that they should go back and read the rules. And they can't come after you unless a neighbor complains. So don't be too concerned about it. Nobody's going to be concerned about 3-element or even a 10-element 2-meter Yagi. Just tell them it's a TV antenna. Or be honest with them and say it's a ham antenna, but if I bother you, let me know and we'll work on it. Over.
Yeah, well, I've got a 5-element hex beam up there already, so I'm getting away with telling them it's a clothesline, and I don't know. But, okay, so what are the setback requirements? Anybody know?
Well, there's no setback. It's just that you really theoretically shouldn't overhang your neighbor with the antenna when you rotate it. Now, you can do it. You can overhang your neighbor, but you have to have the neighbor's permission to let a piece of your wire hang over his fence line.
Are you horizontal or vertical?
Horizontal.
Copy.
Okay, well, that's all good information. Maybe I'll just take a chance and put that Yagi up there. Over.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Ken, Holden, myself, and a whole bunch of hams many years ago. This has to be back in the what? In the mid-90s when we went through this, wasn't it, Ken?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, we went down and spent time at the city council. And that was all in the county, but we also worked with the city And at the time, we got the rules and regs from the city and the county, and they're both the same, 35 feet without a permit in the city and the county. Over.
Okay, well, that's great news.
Yeah, we worked so much with them, they actually put me on a committee, so I ended up being on the committee for antennas all over the county. So when you open your mouth, sometimes they take you as a volunteer.
Now, are you in the city limits, Ken, or are you county?
I'm still in the county. My city limit is my western fence.
And are the county requirements any different?
No, they're the same.
They're the same.
Roger.
Okay. Let you go, Dan, and we'll continue on seeing who's in the Bay Area. You don't have a rotator under it yet, right?
No, my tower does, but tonight, no.
Okay, very good. Well, I try to tell everybody where I'm pointing, and you'll get used to that. And that way, when you get the bigger antenna up there, you can hear a lot of the stations without having to watch the live streaming. You'll be able to hear the stations that I'm working directly.
Keep it north, and you might hear the guys up in Reno later.
Yeah, at north, you should hear. We got one big station that runs 1.5 kilowatts up there in Wassaw Valley, Nevada, and a couple of the stations are quite loud, so you might be able to hear those guys there in DMO 8 and DMO 9. Over.
Sounds fun. W6 Charlie Tango Tango. I'm going clear.
Okay. Here we go. Back to the Bay Area. Sorry, guys. K6MYC Bozo Net. It's always good to check in a newcomer. Bay Area, last call before we start moving more toward Sacramento and so on. K6MYC Bozo Net.
Still here, W6PQL.
Yeah, we'll go ahead still here, and we'll take whatever you've got. Did you hear my comment about a piece of mail that's going to be arriving with a couple of pieces of paper in it?
I talked to Rob, when was it, yesterday, I think, so I know about it, thank you. And I just want to let you know I won't be on tomorrow night. I'm going to take a short road trip, and about an inch of rain over here last night, so that's good. And I am hearing pretty well yourself, of course, Ken and Frank, all about the same signal strength. Over.
Yeah, good. Bumped a little bit more in your direction. I was sort of peaked on JNN, but that should be another dB or so in your direction there. Very good. Okay, on your road trip tomorrow, no 220, no 6 meters for PQL tomorrow night. But you will be back on your namesake at 1296, right?
Yeah, we'll be back Tuesday afternoon.
All righty. So let's see. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we go to Martinez? How about Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie? Are you there, Mike? Has anybody heard Mike check in? Sometimes he checks in and then goes to dinner, and I miss him.
Haven't heard him tonight, Mike.
Haven't heard him tonight. Okay. Well, we're missing quite a few in the Bay Area right now. Course Goal's winning. Over.
Those guys, they always know when to get on.
Yeah. And we're just we're only showing enough to win. Over. All righty. See you later. Have a safe trip. See ya. W6PQL K6MYC Bozo Net. Last call, but we're also taking you, Russ, if you want to check in.
Good evening, Jim. W6PQL KM6SR. I hope you can hear me over your noise level there. Over.
You got in SRR, Jim? He may have gone out of the room very quickly. It sounded like he was on a short fuse, Rob.
Okay, yep. Just trying to wait for a good time. KM6SR, clear.
Well, there's no good time. You just have to make time.
Yes, WB6, 79, standing by.
Oh, okay. Is it WB6, KB6, Whiskey India Sugar? Or Whiskey, no, what's the call?
No problem, Mike. It's Whiskey Bravo 6 Whiskey November India 1090.
1090, very good. Get you written in here. WB6WNI. And I apologize, the name is just running away from me. What is it?
Hannah, and hopefully I will have it up in a week.
I think I doubled with you, I'm sorry.
No problem. K6QFO came by. We ran a test on the antenna. It looks good, and I'll put it up in a week or so.
Okay, and I missed the name. What was it?
Well, my name is Gary, Golf Alpha Radio Yankee, but K6QFO did come by and help me with the beam that's going to go horizontal.
Very good. Okay. You'll be ready to go for the weekend coming?
That's what we're hoping. Unless it pours, it will be this coming weekend.
Oh, very good. Okay, and don't forget.
I will not.
Okay.
C3K6MYC-679.
Very good, Gary. Good to hear you, and we'll be waiting for that bigger signal. All right. Anybody else in the Bay Area? Russ, we're looking for K6ERF. Russ? Who is it? Okay, boy, you're light tonight, Gary. KE6QR 177. I don't hear Russ. What's going on?
Oh, he must be watching TV or something. I don't know. He'll probably check in a little later, but you're 5-7. You moved the TV machine way up good here.
Okay, I didn't get the last of it. You're just fading right down on me. I don't know where you're going there.
Move the beam just a skosh. Is that any better?
Well, yeah, and I moved my beam. Now it's Q5. What did you say about Russ?
Oh, I haven't heard him on tonight, but he might be around until later.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll keep an ear out. Maybe he's checked in with Dennis, WB6ISO. Very good, Gary. Good to hear you. And thanks for checking in with that good-sounding radio you have there.
Okay, thank you. And we will definitely be on for a contest coming weekend. The VHF contest, not sure if we're going to be lowering or not. A lot of it depends on the weather. But if the weather is favorable, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, boy, I don't know why you're so weak tonight. I'm getting about Q3 copy on you. And I know you mentioned something about the contest, but I wasn't able to get the context on the comment. Anyway, we'll be maybe looking for you on the other frequencies as we go through the net here. I'll go through the week, I should say, on the other frequencies. KE6QR 177. Thanks, Gary. K6MYC.
Eagle 6, for Eagle Fox.
Oh, there he is. There's the missing ARF guy. Good evening, Russ. I don't know what's going on with Gary. He's way down in the mud tonight.
You always have a bad past of Gary. Some nights are good for you, some nights are bad, but every net night seems to be quirky.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're sounding pretty good here, so that's the main thing. Good to hear you. K6ERF Martinez. Any weather up there today?
Well, just what everybody's experienced. A lot of cold weather, but it's not bad. Days are pretty good. Are you enjoying yourself down there?
Well, we had a nice warm day today. Temperatures were really, really quite nice. In fact, I almost took my jacket off, except, not jacket, but I have a long sleeve shirt on that has a little padding in it. So it's a little more than just a long sleeve shirt, but barely. But I had it wide open and I was sweating, just doing a little brushing, but I was sort of in the half shade with a little breeze, so I didn't take it off, but it was quite mellow. Over.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. It's still pretty cool here. It gets cool at night like it probably does down there. How cold is it getting at night down here?
Well, it was cold until this morning. Last night wasn't too bad. It was cold every night before that, but it wasn't that bad last night. I don't think we got down to freezing. Over.
Oh, well, yeah. It's about 39, 40 here, 45, somewhere around there. I guess we'll have pretty much the same weather.
I hope you get your rain and all that stuff before too long.
Well, we got a little rain 3 or 4 days ago. I got 3/4 of an inch, so I'm up to a smashing 3 inches now since May.
Oh, well, what are you going to do with it all?
I don't know. It's just soaked in so far. I don't have any in the pond. It hasn't made its way down the hill yet.
Yeah, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, I went down the other day expecting to see a little bit, but the pond was just 10 feet long, same as it's been for about 3 weeks.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, it can be 150 feet long when it fills up.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that day.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll take a picture one of these days and we'll put it on the Bozo Net, but we got to have a little rain first. All right, anyway, good evening, Russ, and we'll see you tomorrow perhaps on 6 meters. K6ERF and the group K6MYC. How about Oakley? N6RO? How about W6 Sugar Whiskey?
Yeah, W6SSW, Bozo 793. Good evening.
Yeah, gotcha. 793. Gotcha. Good signal. I haven't heard. Well, I know that they had another contest this weekend, N6RO. 2 contests, I think, this weekend. I heard some South American guys working people like there was no tomorrow. There must have been something going on, but that might be still consuming him or he's resting, one or the other.
Yeah, either it's still on or he pulled the night shift again.
Well, the contest's usually over by this time, but who knows. Anyway, maybe he'll check in before we get all the way through the net here this evening. Anything new to report on your big pond in the front?
Hello Ken, OIB. We got rain yesterday. It looks serious, but we only got a little over 1/10 of an inch.
Well, that's kind of typical. It rained about that much in various places. A few people got a little bit more, but not many.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it came in two batches. It came in late morning and then early evening, and then we had another bout of it, but it just wasn't very hard, I guess.
Normally, rainwater is soft.
Yeah, unless it's that 10-inch stuff.
Well, yeah. No, rainwater pretty much is pretty much soft water. I don't know whether you knew that or not.
Yeah, not a lot of minerals in it.
Okay. Well, anyway, good to hear you, and we'll look for you, of course, tomorrow night on 6 meters. W6SSW. Keep an ear out. Maybe you'll hear a few up there that I don't hear, so don't hesitate to call in later if you hear somebody. K6MYC and the Bozo group, over.
All right, 7:30. Catch you tomorrow night. W6SSW.
Roger.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Ken. Good signal tonight.
You betcha. S9 plus for you, too.
Okay, I'm pointed toward Clear Lake. I don't know whether we're going to get anybody. They may have all checked in earlier. But I didn't hear Dennis chomping at the bit here this evening, so maybe he's holding his water. I'm getting close, Dennis. I don't hear Dennis at all tonight. How about Clear Lake? N1PPP, KA60SX, and others? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Just white noise, okay? Sacramento, here we come. KJ6 KFB, K6MYC.
PP is trying to get into net K6QR relay.
KE6UR, who are you relaying?
N1PPP up in Clear Lake is trying to check in.
Oh, I heard him that time, but he didn't. I didn't hear him when he came back. Let me go back and get you. KE6QR, N1PPP. Go ahead, Dave.
N1 PPP, go ahead, you got it.
Okay, well, I'm getting you better, pointed towards Sacramento, Dave. N1 PPP, and how about OSX? Is he in there also? He's not copying me, Steve, or Gary, so you might relay. Ask him if he's got 160 in here.
Hey, Dave, is 160, Bozo 160 in there? You got anybody to relay in? He's not hearing me now. Of course, I can't point at him and you both at the same time, so, okay, I didn't hear a response.
I've heard everything he said. He must have terrible noise up there. I'm running 1,500 at him here.
Okay, I'll stand by.
That's all right. If you can help me, I need it because he's not hearing me.
All right, let me turn the beam up that direction and see if it helps anyone.
Well, that's okay. Don't worry about it because I normally, if he's in there, he's already been talking to OSX, and that's an automatic check-in for OSX. Over. Because I never hear him here. Let me go back to KJ6KFB. How about you, Daryl? Who is that? Too fast and too warbly. Who was it that said something? Try it again, your call. Can anybody relay that station?
Alpha Juliet 6 Quebec Lima, that's who that was.
Oh, I'm not up that way yet. AJ6 Queen Lima, just a second, George, I'll be up your way. Stand by a second, George. AJ6 Queen Lima. We got you checked in, though. AJ6QL. Stand by, George. Be right there. KJ6KFB, last call, Daryl. Aaron. How about KO6KD? KO6KD, K6MYC. It isn't 9 o'clock, is it?
No, 8:33.
Yeah, because usually Bill's in here, his mother and he get together almost around 9 o'clock on Sunday night, but I don't know where Bill is today. That's unusual. Okay, KR6MR, let me see if you're in here. Let me bump the antenna a little bit more your way. KR6MR, KR6MR, K6MYC. Nothing heard there either. How about KW6SW, KD6SW, KD6 Sopping Wet, K6MYC, over. Some kind of a lead cloud in the San Joaquin Valley and Sacramento Valley. You're just very weak. It's detectable but not readable. Detectable but not readable, Rich. Try it again. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, over. Okay,
signal has come up a wee bit there. KD6SW, KD6 Shortwave, 145 here in Redding, over.
Okay, the path is skewed. I'm pointed clear up at 340. Normally you're at 333, but we got you. Got you from Redding, Charlie November 80. How's you doing? You getting some rain up there?
I think we had some last night. I don't really know, but it was okay this afternoon. Just kind of enjoying looking better for a while when the sun kind of peeks up a little bit. Kind of look like Oregon out there today, over.
Readability 3 at the moment. Readability 3. Ken, are you doing any better?
About the same, but by the way, you passed George. You didn't get back to George at Cameron Park there.
Oh, I'm in that direction, but yes, I should stand by, but I didn't want to lose Rich if he was there. And we'll get George in just a second. How about Jerry, K06HS? Jerry, are you in here tonight? K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
Roger, K06HS, 230, working here. Signals are down a bit, but you're comfortable, Mike, over.
Yeah, you're also Qui, readability 3. Readability 3, Jerry, good to hear you. Sorry the path is so poor. Usually you're better, but maybe we're just in a null here, who knows. Anyway, good to hear you. Thank you for your reliability here checking in, you and Rich. Hi. K06HS, K6MYC.
Roger, yeah, propagation's coming up just a little bit there. We're copying you better, so I don't know, just constant change there, but sounding good there. And just a regular old cold day here, and no rain today, but not too bad, over.
You're Q5 in Clovis, Jerry, so no problem there.
Yeah, rockin' sockin' here, too. All of a sudden you're like a local in here. It came up out of nowhere, over.
Roger, yeah, it's crazy propagation. You're barely copyable, and all of a sudden you're F7 there. So, yeah, we'll give Rich a chance to get in there and see if he can copy him at a little bit better signal, over.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I just wanted to say good evening to Jerry there. I had a good signal, and better than you're usually. Usually I can just barely catch it. So, KO6HSWA6OIB. Good to hear you.
W6OIB, Roger. Yeah, sound good. You're just about F5 here, so good to hear you, and 73 to you.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, okay. And Jerry, back to you for a final. We have had no rain for 2 or 3 days here. We did get 3/4 of an inch back at the beginning of the week, last week, but nothing since. So it's tried, but it hasn't made it yet. We had sunny blue skies today, not a chance of rain today. And it was pretty warm, too. It warmed up considerably today. 7-3, and we'll see you guys. Well, I'll look for you on 6 meters tomorrow, Rich. We'll look for you on 6, and then if nothing there, we'll certainly hear you on Wednesday. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, yeah, that would be kind of nice if 6 meters would straighten out a little bit, but we'll see how that works out. Yeah, both you and Ken have come up pretty good. Keep it up there in that strong range right there. I don't have any problems hearing you. 73, KD6 shortwave, ready.
Thanks, Rich. Okay, and don't forget about this coming weekend. It is a contest weekend, so try to leave some time for making a few contacts and giving the people Charlie November 80, okay?
Oh, well, yeah, I got to start sending out those signal reports there, and, just send $5 in an unmarked envelope, and I'll take care of you.
Okay, you'll open the band for $5 a QSO, huh?
Yeah, for that kind of money, you don't even have to include a stamp. I'll even pay for that.
Okay, no stamp included, no SASC, just $5. Okay, we got it. Thank you.
All right, so long there. We'll see you again at another time in another galaxy, not so far away this time. Kitty 6 chopping wet.
Well, we'll come back to your galaxy maybe tomorrow night on 6, okay?
Oh, sure, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Okay. All right, and let me see, George, AJ6 Queen Lima, Alpha Juliet 6 Queen Lima. How about the propagation now, George, over?
Yeah, fantastic, K6MYC, AJ6QL, Bozo 1031. Yeah, you were, when you were pointing to Clear Lake, it was just 5.2, but now it's a solid 5.9 plus. Very good signal, Mike, over.
You're real loud here in Clovis, George, too. You're a good S9 solid.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. You're just as loud as Mike, over.
Very good. Good to hear you, George. AJ6QLWA6OIB. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, anything new in Cameron Park?
No, it's cold here and rainy, but no, everything's fine here.
Just winter, huh? Just winter.
Yeah, and I hate winter. I wish it wouldn't take place, but what can you do? But on the other hand, indoors, then we can do more QSOs, right?
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, thanks for being patient with me. We heard you down a ways, but I was trying to get some of these other boys taken care of there. We're missing KO6KD. Where's Bill? KO6KD or KR6MR and or a KJ6 Whiskey Fox? No, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Anybody? Boy, what happened to that contingency tonight? They're gone.
N6RO.
Hey, there he is. We knew you'd get here sooner or later. How was the contest?
Quite well. I think we're in the top 5. A couple of scores haven't been reported, but we had a record score for this station. Almost 2,200 contacts. The high bands were great, and as a 160 operator, I took gas. The rain hit right at the peak time or the opening time of 160. So I was really hampered there, but the other bands were great. N6RO.
Okay, what happened when you get rain? You got a lot of static?
Yeah, precip static. It was S8 to 10/9. Right now on 160 it's S2, so the timing was pretty poor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's too bad.
We had it on 80 and 40 also, but we had alternate antennas that made it usable.
Yeah, very good. So the vertical, here's precip static more, huh?
Actually, on 80 meters, it's the opposite. The high dipole had a very bad noise, so he switched to the 4-square on 80. And on 40, he turned off the top beam, which shielded the lower one, so he could copy. And all I have for transmit on the low bands is the 4-square. The beverage was also hearing the static better than the signal, so just one of those things.
That's weird. Okay, I had a little precip static Thursday night. I think it rained. It must have been Thursday night. I was hearing a little bit of. I'm not sure what night it was. It was just a tick, tick, tick. It never got bad. And I can't remember now whether that was on VHF or 40 meters or something. I was only on 40, so it was either 40 or 432.
432 the other night.
Yeah, okay, 432.
Yeah, good. We had almost 3/10 of an inch all during prime time on the low bands.
Well, at least you got rain out of it. It wasn't like a bust both ways.
Well, overall, it was not devastating, but it did. I don't think it'll make a difference in the standings. But we had fun. Everybody was in the shack. No remoting this time. 4 operators.
Yeah, very good. What was the name of the contest? I heard a lot of people on, but I didn't hear any kind of an announcement.
NAQP, a North American QSO Party, CW.
Oh, it was CW. Well, I heard somebody on 10 meters, some Papa station, just working them like crazy. He must have been in some contest.
Yeah, there are a couple other contests that we didn't choose to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned that there was at least 2 contests this weekend. All righty. Well, good. I'm glad you got through it, and it wasn't all nighters, huh?
Yeah, the contest was over before midnight, but I had to watch recorded football games, so I was up until dawn.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah, well, I had nothing to do but sleep today.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll catch you tomorrow night on a couple of bands, hopefully.
Roger. See you in 6RO.
Good night, Ken.
Hey, Robert or Ken?
It's Ken.
Oh, hi, Ken.
Yeah, you get all that rain on those antenna towers, and they'll level to grow on you.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's timing. We either have poor propagation on the contest, or we have rain static.
Oh, luck of the draw. Well, glad you had a good time anyway. W6OIV. Good night.
Roger. Good night.
Good evening, Ken. N6RO, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, Rob.
Oh, there you are, Rob. Loud and clear, almost as loud as Mike.
Thank you. That's a good compliment. Thanks. Okay, Mike.
Alrighty, I don't hear anybody else in there. I'm still waiting for KO6KD, KJ6KFB, or KR6MR. What happened to that mid part of the Sacramento Valley? Did they just fall off the map?
756.
There you are. I knew you'd make it sooner or later, and I haven't heard anything from Bill. Is he physically okay?
Oh, yeah, he was out and about earlier today on the air. I caught him. I don't know, he might have gotten sidetracked. John, haven't heard him since, a few days back now.
Yeah, okay. Well, John may be doing antenna work in between the rain.
Yeah, we're getting enough of that around.
I don't think, unless something's happened, Bill should not be talking to his mother yet. He usually talks to her from about 10 minutes to 9 and on, over.
Yeah, I think he might have fell asleep in the chair or something. Who knows?
Well, he probably needs it, so we won't disturb him. This band is really weird. You just took a big dive.
Who are you talking to, Mike?
He went up for me.
I'm talking to KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756, Darren.
Thank you.
Okay, Darren, 7-3, and if you catch Bill before the end of the net, tell him to get in here and make noise. We'll try to hear him, over. Thank you, Darren. Okay, anybody else towards Sacramento and parts beyond, the K6MYC Bozo Net?
Yeah, Bozo 410, KW16.
Okay, hi, Russ. 410, we got you.
Well, good evening, Mike, and the net, and Darren, and George, and haven't heard anybody else. But anyway, just want to say hello, get on the list, and I'll let you get out of here and head up to Redding or head over to Nevada or wherever you're going, Mike.
Well, I'm going to Nevada. We've already got Redding in the bag.
Very good. Okay, well, good to hear you and good to hear everyone out there. So I'll let you get back to net, Mike. K6MYC, KW6T, Latrobe.
Okay, thanks, Russ. And don't forget about this weekend coming. Try to allow for a few hours, particularly in the evening. Maybe you can get on at 8 o'clock and look for us on 432 at Saturday at 8 o'clock or 8:30, over.
Roger that. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind. I'll go put it on my calendar, actually. So, yeah, if I'm not off doing something else, I'll make it a point to be there.
2 meters through the course of the whole weekend, but we have the activity period for 222, 432, and 1296 starting at 7:30 on 222, and then about 8 or 8:30 on 432, and then 1296 from 8:30 to 9 or so. And something ending at Bravo. Was that you again, Darren?
Yes, I got a relay. KO6KD got tied up in the call, so please check him in, 776.
Got him, thank you. Got 776 checked in. Thank you for that, Darren. Okay, Russ, 7-3, and we'll see you later in the week here.
Yeah, 7-3, Mike. Have a great evening. KW6C Latrobe, clear.
Okay, anybody else before we go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Hello, Mike, WA6LOL.
Hello, Dave. And you see you made it home in good shape?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good when I got back, and I went online on that Nebraska surplus, and they had exactly the relays that that Japanese deal rated at 2 kW, so I ordered some, and so anyway, they should be heading this way, and I got the schematic figured out for the relay box and everything, so turned out it wasn't so difficult, well, when somebody tells you how to do it, it's a lot simpler.
Well, that helps, yeah. You could get yourself really tangled up. I mean, I've spent a few hours doing that myself. Usually whenever I put up a new station, I have to start over again with that and redraw it. But anyway, I'm glad you got that. And what was the model number of the Tohatsus that you found at Nebraska sales?
CX600NL. CX600NL.
I'll be darned, 600 as opposed to 800. I thought that that 600 was usually a wattage rating, but apparently not, huh?
No, the 800 is the double one. It's the 2 relays in one package with a common coil, and then the 600 is the single.
Okay, but it's rated at 2 kW. That should hold up for you just fine then. And what did you find that you probably don't have the specs in front of you, but you might look at the isolation on that guy. It's probably adequate, but it's probably going to be in excess of 30 dB, over.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll go take a look at it. I was so excited I just started throwing money at him. But anyway, yeah, boy, I'll tell you, I searched and searched and searched for a good power relay, but there it was. And then once I had the model number, then I put the model number on the internet, and they were all over the place. But, well, that was the best price that I could find with that Nebraska surplus. So, anyway, and then, so I've got the dimensions of it, too, so now I can physically lay out the box and everything and be ready for it. So I got a metal box coming. And and I've got the sequencer figured out. I read about that today and how to put that together. So I have a box coming for that, so I can build that thing. So it's coming along.
Good to hear it. It's good to see you face to face down there and have a chance to chat and go over a couple of things. And I'm glad I was able to help you with the Nebraska surplus sale. A lot of those things you just got to ask me, and I won't think about volunteering that information, but she goes, hey, I'm looking for such and such, and if I can't remember where to go, then Lee or Robert, usually pretty good sources. And of course Ken's been around a long time. He knows some of these places too, but Nebraska surplus sale is usually a pretty good place, and they have some really good prices on used relays. You can get used relays that cost $1,200 for like $100 usually if they're used, and they're not, and sometimes they're not really used, they were spares in the military, and then they get pulled out of service, and they never even been turned on except to test, over.
Yeah. Well, that was quite a place. Boy, it went on and on and on. So I made a shortcut on my desktop to that Nebraska surplus. So I will continue to use it. And I was surprised that they didn't hound me to make an account. You know, most of the time those sites want you to set a username and a password and set up an account and everything. I actually couldn't even figure out how to do it. They didn't seem to even have a way to, so I just did as a guest. All they wanted was my credit card number, so that was all right and everything. So, boy, I was on EME today, and it was a real fast fade. Everybody was in for about 2 or 3 sequences, and then they were gone. So I guess that's what you call fast Faraday, huh?
Yes, that's it. Your Faraday rotation can be in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 minutes. So it goes and comes in that period at around 136 to 150 megahertz, over.
Okay, yeah, because I heard some of the guys quite a while back talking about trying to fast Faraday, and I wasn't really sure. But, boy, I see what they were talking about now, because by the time I got centered up on somebody and was ready to talk to them, they were gone. And that happened on 3 different guys. So I guess that's what. And I did a little figuring on reading up on the diode QSOs, you know, where it works one way. And I suppose that's terrestrial too. The same thing is that you know, how much polarization change happens in my signal between me and another guy is totally independent of how much happens from him to me. So, you know, I can be he can hear me great, and I don't hear him, and then it can just reverse. And I think that happens terrestrial too because of bouncing off mountains.
Yeah, well, that's why you'll be very happy with the XP32s, because that problem goes away real quick. So, but you will find that there are times when you have to transmit vertical and listen horizontal, and vice versa. So there you are. By the way, the fast Faraday is related to a quick change in electron content in the path. That usually occurs the fastest as the sun is lighting up the ionosphere, and the electron content is going up very rapidly. And then it's the same thing in reverse, although it deteriorates slower than it winds up. So morning time, when the sun is in the path and lighting up the ionosphere on one path at one end or the other, it's very rapid. All right, let me get out of here. I probably sure got the guys in Nevada waiting here, but good to chat, and good that you're making continued headway there. WA6LOL, K6MYC.
All right, Mike, K6MYC, heading for Nevada, WA6LOL. Yeah, it was really good to see you guys and see Ken and Rob and everybody down there. So WA6LOL going to be clear and listening here.
Good to hear you, Dave. WA6OIB.
Nice to meet you, Dave. K6MI.
Hi.
Good evening, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SRR.
Hey, Rob.
There's all the Fresno Club members. Did you get through? Did you hear John in there?
I heard everyone, yeah. Boy, just have a club meeting here on the air, huh?
Absolutely. How about USY? Are you copying LOL?
Usually I can hear him pretty well.
He's probably putting the kids to bed.
Hey, Dave, can you give me the part number phonetically, first letters of the relay?
Yes, sir. It is Charlie X-ray CX dash 600 Nancy L as in Lima, so it's a CX 600 NL.
Roger, QSL got it. Thank you.
That's Nebraska surplus. So surplus of Nebraska is actually what online go surplus of Nebraska, and you don't need to make an account and go in there and search for I think you put a dash in between the so it's CX dash 800 NL. Just
CX 600.
CX and the 800. I'm sorry, 600. And anyway, yeah, they're $129. What a deal! Yeah.
Roger, Dave. I've used them before. Thank you. KM6SR. Okay, Mike.
They're $119 at RF Parts.
119 at RF Parts and $120 at surplus sales. Huh?
Hey, I'm complaining.
Okay.
I'm going to file a complaint. Hello, Frank.
Good evening.
Ask for your nickel back.
Yeah. Boy, I got burned. Here the day isn't over, and I find out I got burned.
All right, let me go one last call before I go to Nevada. QRZ up Sacramento Valley, and parts in between and beyond to K6MYC. Missing K6UDE and a bunch of others, but we'll suffer. Okay, Nevada, here we go. I wonder if Richard's even there tonight. He didn't. I haven't heard anybody call in on CW here. Nevada, Delta Mike 08, Delta Mike 09, KD6BQ, N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7 UQL, over. Must be snowed in up there.
Here is 272 calling from Delta Mike 09, over.
Okay, Delta Mike 09, 272, we got you. Is it snowing up there?
Oh no, beautiful day. Hit 50 degrees, over.
Well, very good. Very good. Yeah, we were warm here too, so I'm glad you had some decent weather. So what's Larry's excuse tonight, over?
I couldn't say. He's been quiet. Same thing with Richard, over.
Okay. Ken and Rob, you want to say hello to Daniel?
Yeah, hi Daniel, KE7UQL, WA60IV, nice signal. Good evening to you.
Roger, Ken. Yes, you're bouncing off S7, over.
Well, great. Okay. Hope you had a great weekend. Good to hear you.
Thank you. Yes, great weekend except for the huge windstorm on Saturday, over.
What was that about Saturday?
Yeah, a windstorm.
Windstorm, very high winds, over.
Yeah, I heard the high winds. Okay, great. That's all you need. Yeah, we don't want that around here. Yeah, I've got some issues. If I hear a windstorm coming, I got to run around here and do some stuff because I got some stuff that's liable to be moved around into where it doesn't belong. So I got to nail it down. I just haven't got to it. 7-3s. Have a good week. KE7UQL, WA60IB. Bye bye.
So long, WA60IB, KE7UQL 73.
Yeah, for some reason I got the impression that Richard was going to be gone Thursday, and of course he did not check in here on 432. But I thought he'd be back by tonight. He did take a little sojourn somewhere. But we should hear Larry. I haven't heard Larry now for about 4 or 5 days. N7 Whiskey Tango.
Good evening, Daniel. KE7UQL, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo.
KM6 SRR, big signal from you tonight there, Rob.
Good to hear you there. I'm barely picking you up there. Okay, Mike, thanks.
Well, he's up and down, but very strong and solid for me tonight, Daniel. Very, very good to hear you. And, of course, we'll look. You got 222 running, Daniel?
This is the week to get all the bands working. We'll do what we can. We've got 2 days that it might rain, so we'll see what happens, over.
Okay, see what you can fit in there. All right, well, we'll be here and looking for you on 222 at a little over after 8 o'clock, probably.
Roger. We'll be working on that one tomorrow, over.
Okay, Daniel, thank you. Now, one more call, N7WT or KD6BQ, Kilo Delta 6 Bravo, Quebec, K6MYC, over. Dan, if you're listening in the background here, N6 or W6 Charlie Tango Tango. I think it's W6 Charlie or N6 CTT. And anyway, Dan, are you listening? You may have gone QRT already.
It's W6, Mike.
Okay, W6 CTT, that's right, it is. He told me that was a reissue, though it's not an original. W6 Charlie Tango Tango, Dan, are you still here? I wanted him to hear Nevada, but maybe next week. When he gets a bigger antenna up, he'll be more motivated. All right, Daniel, 7-3, and I'm going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and miss, so we'll be here for another 10 seconds or so. If the guys show up, have them call me on CW, Daniel, over.
Roger, will do, KD7UQL 73.
Roger, 7-3. Okay, back to the Bay Area, and Rob, you may want to go see if you can find Eddie.
Okay, Mike, I think I doubled with you. I was telling Daniel it's nice and loud now. I'll go down and find Eddie, over.
Okay, and I'm just going to make one last call into the Bay Area here.
And Mike, at least this time around, you still got power, 59%, K6USY.
Yeah, we're doing good. We had lots of sun today. I mean, and of course, Frank changed the format, so we're charging PG&E's taking it right up to 100%. Of course, the day we do that, we got full sun all day.
Yeah, I noticed that your batteries were at 100% the other day when I was checking in on the computer.
Yeah, that's I think we're going to set it back to like 80% and then let the sun do the rest, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, we're okay. If we get anywhere up in that area, we're usually okay. And if I don't have a house full of company. I'm in the Bay Area. Oh, WB6ISO, late, but we got you, Dennis. We did check in the Clear Lake fellows, N1 PPP and 160, but do you have any others, over?
Yeah, I had some information to pass along there, Mike. When you get a chance, can you point your antenna a little bit more in my direction so I can copy you a little better?
Good evening there, Dennis.
Yeah, good evening, and who's this is Rob?
Josh Ken, WA60IB.
Oh, hi, Ken. Yeah, I had some information I wanted to pass along to Mike. I'm running a little bit late this evening. I take it he's trying to work the guys over in the Nevada area. Is that correct, over?
Oh, we're all done. We're just going back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed. Who do you have, Dennis?
Yeah, okay, very, very good. And, well, I guess you got 160-336, the normal check-ins up there. K6LBP, JR 1101 would like to be checked in. But the information I had was from KB6BQ, Richard over there in the Nevada area. Anyway, he had broke his, remember I told him he had broke his foot? Well, apparently he's on crutches, and for whatever reason he can't get into the ham shack, so he's going to be off the air maybe for at least a week and a half, the last report, over.
A bummer. I heard he broke his foot, but I guess it was more serious than just a little break, because I broke my foot a while back and I walked on it. They just give me a hard cast and I walked on it. Wasn't much of a deal, but he must have done the job on himself there. Sorry to hear that. We just come out of Nevada. We did not hear Larry, but I've got Richard checked in, so we're in good shape. Thanks for that, Dennis, over.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I get any other further reports. I will, of course, relay them on to you. And yeah, apparently it was a little bit more severe than what he anticipated. So unfortunately, he's on some kind of crutches, and for some reason he just can't get out to where the ham shack's at. So anyway, that was the report I had up at this time, and he wanted me to make sure that I relay that message on. Appreciate it. Have a very, very good evening. Hello there, Mr. Ken. Hope you're doing fine.
Check out. Yeah, I'm doing great.
Good night, Frank.
WA60IB. Somebody's checking out.
Frank.
Yeah, I gotta go. Got it, guys. Good night, everybody. W6BBS.
Good night, Frank. Sure would have been nice to see you at the meeting the other night, but I guess you were busy.
Both of you take care and have a fine rest of the evening. Thank you much. WB6ISO.
Good night, Frank. WA6L.
Was it? Oh, 86. I got you, Dennis, and I got you all checked in. Thank you. WB6ISO and the group K6MYC. Thanks, Dennis.
You bet you might. Thank you very much. Did you watch any of the playoffs at all?
You mean the field hockey?
No, the football playoffs.
Well, I guess no. I can't see them anymore. I don't watch them.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately, okay. All right, Mike, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Ken, both you take care and stay warm. WB6ISO.
Who won? Who won, Dennis? That was quick.
Yeah, the Lions beat the Rams.
Hey, Mike, can you repeat the call signs Dennis gave you? I have them on the back of my antenna because I'm pointing to Eddie.
One was K6LBP, LBP, Lima Bravo Papa, I believe.
Okay, and did he have Richard in there, 249?
Yeah, I put Richard in there, 249 KD6BQ.
Roger. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, I did hear him say Dave, but we already had Dave, over.
WSC.
What was that? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, is that what I heard?
You heard it correctly. 775, over.
I got you. We did call for you several times, but good to hear you, Mike. Everything okay over there?
Oh, yeah, we had an inch of rain the other day, but otherwise we're good.
Okay, and don't forget about this upcoming weekend. It is the contest weekend, and we will have activity night that I sort of help out with starting on 222 at 7:30 on Saturday night. About 8 o'clock we go to 432, give or take, and do 432, and then when we're done with 432 at 8:30 or quarter to 9 we go to 1296. So we'd like to have you check in on those as much as you can and maybe you can make a few extra contacts with the guys that are on there at that time. It's a gathering, over.
Roger, roger. I'll look for you guys.
Alrighty. Got a good signal here this evening, strong and nice. The Bay Area was kind of pukey earlier, but it settled down. You want to see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. Bay Area, last checks, late checks are missed. K6MYC and the group listening. I guess you're it, Mike.
All right. I don't mind being it.
Okay. I didn't know you were an IT guy.
Neither did I.
New career, huh? All right, 7-3. We'll see you perhaps tomorrow night on, well, let's see, 6? All right, go ahead and call Richard. Call Eddie, Rob.
Roger, roger. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? Wasn't pointed quite right. Eddie, KE6BK, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC. Standing by, 2-meter Bozo Net, over. KE6BK. Nothing, Mike.
Okay. Looks like we got about 48 check-ins tonight. Not a bad night, finally.
Yeah, I'm going to be busy logging this one.
Yeah, sure started slow.
It didn't it? Boy, it did start slow, but everybody finally got warmed up here. All right, I'm going to get in the house where it's warm. But the reason I couldn't find the 2-meter log from Wednesday, Rob, was I had it still in the shack here, so that's why it wasn't in the pile there in the house. Anyway, you didn't need it anyway, but I was concerned that I couldn't find it, but I had left it out here. Good night, all. 7-3 Ken, thanks for sticking with us through the whole evening, and I'm glad to see Gwen back in good shape again. WA6OIB and the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, well, I'm sure glad she's better too. Yeah. Well, good to see everybody. That was a nice meeting, good fun meeting, and of course, good time afterwards too. Okay, 7-3 everybody. Going to get in the house and get some things done. WA6OIB, Northern Close.
Good night, Ken. WA6OIB, KM6SRR.
Howdy, Rob. Or good night, Rob. What was that, Aaron?
I was just saying good night, K6USY.
Roger, good night. Good to see you too. It was fun Friday night. Good job too. WA6OIB. Bye-bye.
Well, Mikey, go get warm and flip on the PG&E. I'll bring the stream down here in a couple seconds. K6USY.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I'll go get PG&E going right now. 7-3.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, and don't forget PG&E. Okay, I'll have to join you.
Yeah, Rob, you're going to go get ice cream. I know you.
Oh, I could do that